Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Huiying Toys X6050. This is, basically like a Syma X5C clone. However, this does not have a camera. It doesn't even seem to be an option. Where the plug would be is just an empty port there. So I don't think this is intended for, aerial videography. This is just a flying quad, and it flies quite well. This is the transmitter here, which is the same as like the Y2015 that I just reviewed, and you'll see it's got the thumb pads on it. But there are optional sticks here in this little part package, and you've also got a spare set of props and a screwdriver. It also has optional prop guards here, which are pretty easy to put on and off. It's just one screw, so a lot easier than the Y2015 prop guards. And we've got the standard USB charging cable and what do we have here? 500 milliamp hour battery. I think it's over there. It takes about an hour and a half to charge. And in this form here, without prop guards on, you get about 9.5-minute flights with 15-second LVC warning, so pretty long flights. I haven't flown it with the prop guards, but I'd probably take it down, half a minute to a minute, somewhere around in there. So back to the transmitter, you've got your speed button up here. You got 3 different rates and 1 decent yaw rate. It's not super fast, but it's plenty fast enough. On the right bumper, you got your flip, so you click that and move the right stick in whatever direction you want to flip. And then just like with the Y2015, you've got the 2 different settings for whether or not you've got prop guards on. So I think that changes like the accelerometer settings or something to account for the prop guards or not. You can turn the LEDs on and off with this button. And then there are the camera buttons here, but like I said, there's no camera with this one, so I think those are just kind of left over from the Y2015, since it uses the same transmitter. Let's see. So the LEDs are, kind of like the Syma X5C. They got these bubbles in the arm here. You got red in the front and green in the back. There is an on-off switch, which I'm a fan of, so you can open this port, get your battery in there, and it just plugs in here, and then you can close her up and then go ahead and turn it on when you're ready. Let's see if there's anything else to say about this one. No, that looks like that's about it. And like I said, it's it's a nice flying quad, just like the Y2015. So we'll go ahead and take it outside and go for a spin, and no onboard footage or anything, so it'll just be a nice, simple, straightforward flight, and I'll show off what it can do. So let's go check it out. Alright, this is the flight review of the Huiying Toys X6050, and no camera or anything, so this will be just a pretty straightforward flight. And I got it on high rate, so we'll just go ahead and see what she can do. Oh yeah, I had it backwards. There we go. It's a nice flying quad. I like the Huiying protocol. It seems to be nice and stable and smooth and reactive. Yaw rate's a little bit slow. That's our full pirouette there. So not super fast on the yaw. I can do a decent little funnel there though. Some flips. Got a little bit of a breeze kicking up now, but not bad on the flips there. This is definitely a smooth flying quad. I don't think it's drastically different than the Syma X5C as far as flight characteristics go. I think it's pretty similar. Obviously similar in appearance. a decent breeze kicking up right now too, and it's handling it no problem. Nice flying quad. And down for landing. Ooh, a little bouncy on the landing there. Anyway, that's the Huiying Toys X6050, little Syma X5C clone, but I don't know, I think it's maybe a little bit more sporty, but not drastically different in flight performance, but definitely a nice flyer, and I like the transmitter. Looks pretty cool, but no camera on this one. Anyway, check the video description for price and purchase link. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.